Hello, my name is Carl Jenkins and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Lumix S5 and the IBIS and why I think the IBIS is so good on this camera. To start off with, I've got the kit lens on this camera, which is a 20 to 60mm lens, and even at 60mm it's still smooth no matter what. It has it doesn't wobble at all. It has no wobble to it. It keeps it nice and steady. Obviously if you're whipping it about, but if you trying to do those nice slow panning shots, it works fantastic. I didn't expect it. I thought once you push in, the more weight, there's less frame for it to go, and I thought it would lose its stability, but it's still fantastic even at 60mm. The second point I want to bring up is this is perfect for slow motion shots at 60 frames per second. When you're doing slow motion shots, you only need little tiny movements to make it seem like it's moved a lot. And with this IBIS, you can keep it going for so long, little movements, so smooth at 60 frames per second. So it is a fantastic slow motion IBIS that, it takes out all the bumps and wobbles when you're doing it at slow motion. So that brings me on to my second point, is that my third point is you don't even need a gimbal, it's that good. Everyone's like, oh, gimbals are great. I'm not a fan of gimbals, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe you see my video where I talked about phone gimbals, I'll leave it up here in the corner. But then they're just, I think they're overused, they're overplayed. Why use them? Handheld feel, I think, looks amazing. So this IBIS is so good, you don't even need a gimbal. Like, you could literally do long shots in, long shots out, and it'll have a little wobble, but it won't have that much, and it'll feel really nice and raw and rugged. And I really like that about this camera, is that I've literally used it most of the time handheld. Like, a lot of the time, right now it's obviously on a tripod because I can't stand over there and be here talking, but even on my client projects, I'm even using it for that as well. Like, I can just take it out in the field and just use it handheld, run and gun style, instead of lugging tripods, gimbals around, all that. I can literally just use this, even for the wide establishing shots. Everyone's like, put it on a tripod. No, you can literally stand there, hold it really still, and then if you need to, you can just drop it in and stabilize it in post if needs be. But I haven't even found that it's needed it, because it is that good. Now, I really like the IBIS in this because it brings like this handheld feel to it you couldn't get anywhere else. Like with the old Canon I had, like, you knew when you were using handheld, it was a bit shaky, a bit wobbly, it didn't take the bumps out that well. But this, it takes the bumps fantastic and great. I've been shooting a documentary recently, and it has been fantastic for that, because it has this really nice documentary handheld feel to it without putting, I'm just there filming each day handheld, and it has a really nice feel to it. Now, it's all not good, I will admit that it does have some downfalls. So when you are at 20mm, when you are the widest it can possibly go, in the corners around the edge there are some wobbles from it moving, but that's only when I've been like vlogging and holding it and talking to myself. Well, talking to the camera, not talk to myself all the time. But when you talk to the camera, you can see wobbles in the corner, and it can be quite jarring sometimes, I've found. But still, that's for one example. Like, it doesn't even do that at 20mm. When you normally hold it, when you're trying to get these nice shots, it's only when I've been vlogging and there's been a subject in the center and the outside does wobble. But it's not as bad as the Canons can be, and it isn't that noticeable, and you can only notice it really when you're looking out for it. Now, I've been looking out for it because I've been editing it, and then I'll see it, like, why? But it's not a massive issue, but it is a little downside to the IBIS in this camera. Overall, I think this IBIS is fantastic, and if you're gonna get a camera, I'd recommend getting one with an IBIS as good as this. Lumix are renowned for good in-body stabilization, and that is one of the reasons I got this camera. Obviously there's a lot of others, but it has been great. I've been able to use it handheld on most projects, not taking tripods, gimbals, lugging extra gears around. So it has been a lifesaver, compact, to be ready to go. So I've really thoroughly enjoyed using it, and it has made me create better, more interested, and made me enjoy creating more than I have ever done previously. So I've really thoroughly enjoyed using this camera. If you want to check out my full review, I'll leave it in the top corner by there so you can check it out. Then I explain all the different, things I like and don't like about this camera. So if you want to go check it out, that'd be much appreciated. But thank you once again for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys coming down and spending some time with me and talking about in-body stabilization. What's not more exciting about that, eh? But yeah, don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you found this information useful, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future.